Hey guys, how are you? David Franco here from thefrancohosting.com as always. But of course, as well as ddefranco.com/ask, which is where you guys can submit your questions for future videos such as this one, and just maybe I will answer those questions. Today's question comes from AA Owens. They didn't say whether that's a Twitter username or YouTube username or Facebook or whatever, but if I do find out, I'll link them below. So thank you to AA Owens for submitting this question, and it's a very relevant question at that. They say, David, which would you choose, the MacBook Pro or the MacBook Air? Now this is an excellent question, especially considering WWDC 2012, well, is actually technically still in progress for the developers and all the workshops and everything, but the main portion of it for us, the consumers, the people who love making videos, that part's done, and that's the keynote. And during the keynote, Tim Cook and the rest of Apple announced updated MacBook Airs, a very nice update I should say, updated MacBook Pros, but as well as the next generation MacBook Pro with an insane Retina display, just an all-around new form factor and just a completely new product at that. So what am I getting at here? Well, this question, which is better for you, MacBook Air or MacBook Pro? Personally, I would go for the Pro, but that's because I rely on that sort of thing to make a living. My job is technically, involving video editing, videos, YouTube, web design, freelance work. So I would really want a computer that can handle all that without even thinking about it. Now, of course, the MacBook Air can handle Final Cut Pro 10 just fine, as far as I know anyway, and Photoshop. But as far as I know, it's integrated video, which I'm not really a big fan of. And if I'm not mistaken, the MacBook Pro has a pretty decent graphics chipset that can handle all kinds of nice 3D rendering and quick video rendering in Final Cut Pro 10, and just all around it's a faster machine. So I guess to answer your question, AA Owens, it comes down to what you prefer. Now me personally, like I said, is, MacBook Pro, 15-inch. But if I wanted ultra portability and ultra convenience and just a small form factor, I would definitely go for the 11-inch MacBook Air. But then again, I'm not your average consumer. I work from home. I need Final Cut Pro 10 and Photoshop, and that's what I do on a daily basis. So I'll definitely go for the MacBook Pro. Now, which one would you go for if you had to stick with the Pro? The current generation MacBook Pro, let's just call it, or the next generation MacBook Pro? Now, if I had, what is it, $2,200 to just blow or whatever, just to spend on whatever I wanted to, then I would go for the next gen MacBook Pro. But unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money right now. But if this was a fantasy world, I will definitely go with that, especially with the Retina graphics, well, the Retina display, I should say, the insanely fast processor, the i7, all that RAM, and the graphics chipset, just all around, it's an awesome machine. So there you go. MacBook Pro all the way. I could ramble about this all day, but last night's video was literally 33 minutes long, which was insane. But today I have my energy back and I want to keep it that way. So let's just end this video right here. So thank you very much, AA Owens, for that excellent question. And yes, you guessed it, today is an Ask a Question video, which means you guys get a free audiobook. Today's pick is called The Second Coming of Steve Jobs. Now, I have not listened to the audiobook, but I do have the hardcover book, which I should have on camera. Give me 1 second. All right, here we are. There's proof. This is an awesome book. I actually read this when I first went to college back in 2004, 5-ish. All I recall is having great memories of reading this in the library while I was waiting for my mom, because we used to take classes at the same time. That way we took one car. But the point is, awesome book. I believe I did finish it, and it's very cool. You get to learn about Steve Jobs and the kind of person he was and why he was such a visionary. Well, I should say why he is such a visionary. I mean, he unfortunately has passed away, obviously. But in my opinion, we shouldn't look back on him as the past, because Steve Jobs will always be a visionary, and he's definitely driven a lot of what we see today in terms of the iPhone and the iPad. So that's why I think his visionary charisma, or whatever you want to call it, will always be around, whether he's physically here or not. So anyway, getting back on point. Sorry, Steve. I had to throw the book over there. This book normally costs $21.27, but of course, since you guys are my viewers and, well, I love giving free stuff away, what's better than that? It's yours for completely free. So just go to audibletrial.com, The Creative One. The link is below. But of course, if you don't want this book, you're not stuck with it. Trust me. There are tons of free audiobooks to choose from, so check them out. But if you do want my personal recommendations, go to ddefranco.com/audible. That link is also below. And you can see a bunch of audiobooks that I've enjoyed in the past relating to social media, technology, even Microsoft, the Paul Allen book, which is pretty interesting, and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again to A.A. Owens for submitting your question. If you guys do want to submit your own question for a future video, you can do that. Link is always below for your convenience, ddefranco.com/ask, and I'll see you guys next time.